Hey guys, this is the mom. She's here on a solo trip, and I am checking into Port Orleans French Quarter. I have a garden view room, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a view of what it looks like outside my room. The grounds here are incredibly pretty. It's right next door. You can actually take a walkway to Port Orleans Riverside, which there's a walkway down past those brick columns by the river. But let's take a look at our ground floor garden view room 7137. The first impression I have of this room, it is much bigger than I expected it to be. Port Orleans French Quarter is a moderate resort. So you'll find that the rooms are bigger than the rooms in the value resorts. But this one's a very good size. This might be a little bit bigger than Coronado, or maybe it's just the furniture and the furniture placement. You're going to find 2 queen size beds in these rooms. And we've got the under the window air conditioning unit here, which is actually doing a very good job cooling the room. One thing I've heard some complaints about is the AC units at some of the hotels. They're kind of set to limit when they're going to be running. They have motion sensors on them. It's an energy efficiency thing. I totally get it. But when you've been traveling, it is nice to come into a nice, cool room. So my soda was there when I came in to put my stuff down. We got a nice big mirror here. And I like the fact that there's a separate table. I often travel with my laptop for work, so having someplace where I can kind of spread out to get that done is great. Again, 2 queen size beds. I love these headboards. I am not sure where the light switches is for the light over the bed. We will find that. And for our ceiling fan. Got a nice size TV here. And we have storage. So we've got 3 nice deep drawers here. We are going to find some outlets and USB charging ports. These are great. They're putting these in all the refurbished rooms. We've got some information about our resort, pizza delivery, some information about Galaxy's Edge, and some general information about Disney Springs here. If you're staying for the first time, flip through whatever they're leaving you on your table or your bureau when you come in. It's got some good guides and maps in it. Coffee service. So this one looks like it's the pod one. Some of them have the Keurigs and some of them have these pod ones. And it's usually Joffrey's Coffee here. The Mickey 90th Anniversary Edition. And I am going to guess that here is going to be our refrigerator. Let's see. That is our refrigerator. Another tip that I would give to you is when you're checking into your room, make sure your refrigerator is actually turned on, like that if you're going to be using it, that the temperature isn't set to the highest. I've noticed that in some of the hotels too. If they have adjustments to save energy, they're turned down, so don't just put food in there. More outlets. A great hook and shelf for hanging things. A nice bench. I like a bench for when I'm putting my shoes on. I know it's silly, but the beds here are really high, so having a bench to sit on is great. There's actually enough room under there to store suitcases. And you're going to find that in all these refurbished rooms as they're doing refurbishments to the rooms at Walt Disney World. They're lifting all these beds up, and they're taking a hint from the cruise line because under there is now enough space to store your luggage. So it really is a really good use of space. These beds are nice. These are pretty soft. And then we have, I'm going to try to stay out of the mirror for you, our vanity area. Let's see. There we go. Nice big mirror. 2 sinks, unlike the value resorts that have 1 sink. You got a shelf for more storage down on the bottom. Sorry that the light's a little bit weird in here. Extra pillow and blanket. Ironing board, iron. Our safe. This closes off from the rest of the room with a curtain. Some of the new rooms have now, some resort rooms, sorry, I can't get it back open. Some resort rooms have now added sliding doors here. The bathroom, I love the shower curtain. I know it's just the shower curtain, but I really like it. I like the tile work that was done here too. If you look at that, that's really pretty. It's got the rainforest shower head, which is very, very nice. Nice, clean, big bathroom. We've got our soap dispensers on the wall. This is the other thing that you're going to see as they're renovating rooms, that there isn't the individual toiletries anymore. They're putting in these dispensers with the pumps. Wanted to show you something cute here. Look at that little frog on the shower curtain. And then there's a mirror here on the back of the door. And let's come see over by the bedside table here. We've got our light switches for the lights over the bed. I'm wondering, that's the light in the center of the room, and I'm guessing that's the fan. Yes, it is. We have now successfully turned our ceiling fan on. Beautiful piece of themed artwork over there. And then we have a little bit more storage here on the center console. The bedside table. And underneath. The other thing I really like about this room is if you look down the floors, no carpeting. This vinyl, this continuous plank vinyl that they're putting down is very nice. I think it's much cleaner than the carpeting. The one thing I would caution is if you're doing things like applying sunblock and the such, the spray-on one in particular, it can get very slippery, so just be careful with that. We usually will put a towel down on the tile in the bathroom before we spray the sunblock so it's not getting on the floor. So all in all, this is a very pretty room. I am looking forward to spending the next 2 evenings here. This is Port Orleans French Quarter, and this is a moderate category resort.